This is the Renown, a Tier 5 British battleship. It's one of the new battleships in the alternate battleship line, and in fact it is a battlecruiser with very high speed and torpedoes. So yeah, the battlecruisers have battleship type guns and cruiser type armor, and that's what makes them special. So with that, let's get into the setup of the ship and the commander, who is John Fisher. He's the new commander that you obtained from the Royal Duties calendar, and I have him maxed out. Base trait is Furious Temper, which improves the battleship main battery reload time and range. And then for inspirations, we have Andrew Cunningham, Concentrated Devastation, which improves the main battery shell grouping. Then we have Robert Joujard, Borer, which improves the battleship's armor-piercing shell penetration multiplier. And then for skills, we have Flammable Cannoneer, which improves the battleship main battery range and shell grouping, but it is at the risk of catching fire. Then we have a unique skill here, the Dance with Death, which improves the torpedo launcher main battery and secondary battery reload time per 1% of HP lost, as well as the main battery traverse speed per 1% of HP lost. The other unique skill here is Reformer, which improves the battleship main battery range, torpedo range, and dispersion, but it is at the cost of maximum HP of the ship. Master Mechanic is the fourth skill, which improves the repair party cooldown time, amount of HP recovered, and gives you 2 more repair party charges. Then the legendary skill is Speed is My Armor, and this skill is only usable if you have an engine boost, because it's only active when the engine boost is running. It improves the engine boost cooldown time, maximum battleship speed, and incoming damage from shells, torpedoes, and bombs. This will also give you an extra engine boost charge. And let's check out the upgrades for the Renown. First upgrade is Main Battery Mod 2, which improves the main battery traverse speed by 20%, and all the battle cruisers on the alternate British battleship line have atrocious traverse speed of the main gun, so you probably want to do this on every single ship in that alternate battleship line. Next one is Damage Control Party System Mod 2, which improves the fire duration and flood duration and improves that by 15%. Then we have the rest of the default upgrades, which is the Renown Hull B is the first one. Hit points are 52,990. Rudder shift time is 14.3 seconds. And you have 59 AA mounts. You probably clear the sky here with the Renown. Next one is Targeting System Mark 6 Mod 2, which increases the firing range by 10%, and that goes all the way out to 15.5 kilometers of the main guns. And then the last one is the artillery upgrade. Reload time goes to 24.1 seconds, and the traverse time goes to 37.5 seconds. And without the upgrade on upgrade slot number 1, you probably would not be able to get this traverse time down to 37 seconds. That is actually pretty good. It starts out at 45. As far as the loadouts, you have your high explosive shells, armor-piercing shells, and torpedoes, which we will get into in a minute. Consumables, Damage Control Party consumable. Duration is 15 seconds. Reloads every 80 seconds, and there's an unlimited number of those consumables. Repair Party consumable is next, and it will partially restore the ship's HP by repairing any light damage at the rate of 291 hit points per second. Duration is 28 seconds with a reload time of 72 seconds, and you have 5 of those consumables. And then we have the engine boost consumable, which will temporarily increase the ship's maximum speed by 8% when the consumable is running. Duration is 120 seconds, reloads every 102 seconds, and you have 3 of those consumables. Next is either defensive AA fire or enhanced secondaries, and we went with defensive AA fire, and that increases the efficiency of the AA fire, increases the damage by 200% when that consumable is running. Duration is 40 seconds, reloads every 150 seconds, and there are 2 of those consumables. We don't have any boosters running, but that could change depending on the match. Ship does not come with any camo. I've set up a Union Jack camo here just for the setup of the ship part. During the highlights, I will have the community contributor camo. Specs: survivability hit points is 52,990. Armor is 16 to 330 millimeters, 13% torpedo damage reduction. Artillery, you have 3 turrets of 2 guns each. They're 15-inch guns. Firing range is 18.2 kilometers, which is pretty good. Reloads every 24.1 seconds. Traverse time, as we said, was 37.5. That is still kind of bad. HE shells have a maximum of 5350 with a 34% chance of setting fire. Armor piercing has a maximum of 11,350. And secondaries are not that great, only go out to 4.5 kilometers. And torpedoes, this is pretty cool. You have 8 torpedoes here. You have 4 torpedoes on single launchers on each side of the ship. All the other British battle cruisers have 2 torpedoes on each side for 4 total. This is double that. It's 8. It's pretty awesome. They reload every 95 seconds. Maximum damage is 10,000. Detectability range by sea is 1.1 kilometers, and the range is 6.4 kilometers. So it's kind of defensive, and they're not really all that fast at 53 knots. But you can make do, as you're going to see in the highlight. Defensive AA fire, you will probably clear the sky with the Renown. Maneuverability, maximum speed is 31.4 knots. Turning circle radius is almost 1 kilometer. 14.3 second rudder shift time. Concealment, detectability range by sea is 13.2 kilometers. Range by air is 11.1 kilometers, and while firing into smoke, it's 12.7 kilometers. And here's the armor, a lot of green armor here, so it's not that great. You definitely want to watch it out in the open water against other big gun battleships, but let's check out the Citadel here, and there is a lot of green armor on the side, so you will definitely get taken out if you do the wrong thing here. So you want to be mindful of your surroundings. Okay, I'll just say that. Overview: reloader. The ship has an above average main battery reload speed, and it can be equipped with an engine boost. And yeah, ship gets up over 31 knots, and that is pretty fast for a battleship, especially at Tier 5. Good concealment means the ship can get closer to enemies before being detected. So then the Renown is a series of battle cruisers that at the time of their entry into service were the ship type's largest and fastest representatives. They carried 15-inch, 381mm main battery guns, and during the 1930s, these ships underwent modernizations that strengthened their armor protection and AA defenses. Entered service in 1916, and there were 2 ships in the series. Well, that's it for the setup of the ship and the commander. Let's go out in a standard battle and check out some highlights. All right, here we go. We are in crash zone, and we spawned on the right side of the map just in front of B, so that is definitely the direction that we are going to go in. And it's kind of surprising you'd have to remind people of this, but for sure, if you're in this situation, it is not all that great to abandon B. I've seen that happen many times, and it's also not so great if I'm going over to B with a bunch of teammates and they rush into B and get destroyed right away and just basically leave me and the team hanging, and I've seen that as well. So we are just going to see how this plays out, but our target is B, but I'm not going to march right into B. I'm going to go over to the right and use an island for cover, because what you're going to see as the match progresses is a great number of the red team is going to be marching over to B, and that is going to be where all the action happens. All right, so here's the teams. A Bovoy, Furutaka. Only one destroyer per side, so that is great. A few cruisers, and the rest are battleships. So there are a lot of battleships in the game. Derfflinger, New Mexico, Queen Elizabeth, Kongo. So, okay, we are starting to move over toward the edge there, and there my teammate has gotten into B already, and he's starting to capture it. Right off the bat, within a minute and a half, I'm reminding myself of the torpedo range, which is not all that long. It is right around 6 kilometers or so, but you do have 4 torpedoes per side. So there's all the ships coming over to B, and that is half the team. So I'm going to take a shot at the future of Furutaka, and I always want to say future for some reason. Anyway, that's the Furutaka, and we get 1 minor hit for 3,700 damage. And we've slowed up. Trying to keep an angle. I'm not sure if that's that great of an angle. The armor on these battle cruisers is not all that great anyway, but now the base is contested because the Bovoy is in there. And yeah, I'm starting to back up to confuse the red team, and that was pretty much a miss right there. So I'm taking another shot at Furutaka. And let's see how we do. And that was a better hit. That was a Citadel hit. So Furutaka going broadside like that is not doing his team any favors. And by the way, there are a lot of matches that I've seen where the red team really doesn't give their broadside as much as you would hope. And yeah, so I would say the player base is definitely getting better. There is our blue team Furutaka, which is down, and so we are down in the match at the moment. There is a Queen Elizabeth, and this looks like a good shot here because it is mostly broadside, so we're gonna take a shot there. There I'm checking out the torpedoes. I decided to take some random shots over there. And can you guys see the torpedoes squiggle when you take those shots? I've got some videos where you can see the turning torpedoes turn, but I still haven't really come to grips with exactly how they work, if they work. As far as I could tell, as soon as they're launched, they make a little squiggle about a second after launch, and then they go to wherever they're going to go. And they do not really make any adjustments after 1 second. So here, I'm getting dangerously close to the border, but with all those ships there, I do not want to go over and be the main target for everybody on the red team, which happens more often than not, it seems. There is a Queen Elizabeth that is nose on, but you can still do some pretty good damage even though it is nose on. But that looks like we are visible by at least 5 ships that are within range to hit us. And there you can see a lot of those 3 ships over on the right are doing exactly that. So I'm going to use this island here. There's that Furutaka that we've been taking a look at quite often, and he is still broadside, and it did not work out for him that time. He is gone. There's a big time Citadel hit and a destruction. That is the first destroyed ship, and we are up to 37,000 damage, but our health is not really looking all that great. In fact, the health looks really bad. So we're on fire. We're down to 7,500 and dropping. No will to rebuild. 6,100, 5,900. So this is not looking that great here. And I am expecting that this is going to be a terrible match and a loss. Even though we're up a little bit here because we did destroy 2 of the red team ships. This is still not really looking that great for me. We're down to 3,200. And we stopped the fire. We're getting ready to do a heal. And there you go. So we've got another heal going. And seems like you do get a pretty good heal here on the ship. And you're going to see that when the current heal consumable is done. You'll see the green bar, which will go up a little bit. So, okay, so we're up to over 10,000, 11,000. So there are a bunch of ships within range here on the other side of the island. So maybe they're waiting for me to come around the island, which I'm not going to do. There is an Omaha, which that is a good target right there. So we are going to take a shot at him. And yeah, there is a New Mexico 5 kilometers away. If I get broadside to him and his guns are on me, I am gone. Probably with a single salvo. So here, I am thinking torpedoes on this guy. So I am just going to wait him out and hope that he will eventually come around the island and it will be a big time surprise for him. There I'm spotted with the airplane, so now everybody on the red team knows where I am, and you can see that we've got a pretty good heal going. The next time the consumable is recharged, they'll probably be over 20,000 HP. So you do get a lot of heal consumables here on these battle cruisers, and that really comes in handy. And we got 4 hits on the Omaha. We're up to 50,000 damage. Still waiting on this New Mexico. He is getting closer. Now it's 2.7 kilometers, and it looks like he is making his move. And I'm spotted by somebody. I have no idea who, but he is definitely making his move. Maybe it's because he's so close. But here these turning torpedoes go. And yeah, I guess you can see the last one squiggle a little bit. And we are going to hit the power, hit the speed boost to get out of here and accelerate as quick as possible. And this guy is done. So the turning torpedoes really wipe him out. And there you go. 4 torpedo hits, 2 floods, and a second destroyed ship. We're up to 71,000 damage. It looks like the victory is well in hand at this point. And there's a Kongo, an Omaha. I think the last one is, I think it will be a Derfflinger straight ahead of us here once we clear the island. But yeah, so I am completely aware that I am on the edge of the island and I'm almost out of position, sort of. So I'm looking to get back in the game here, even though the red team has 2 of the bases captured. They are down 2 ships, and that is making up the difference at the moment. Okay, we're coming around here. We are clearing the island, and we are going to take a look at the Kongo right here. And he is busy on my teammate there, 13 kilometers away. So let's see if we can come around here and get him. And he took a massive hit from my teammate, and he doesn't have much left, actually. And there you go. 3 hits will do it. And that looked like all the shells, actually. I think it was 3 out of 4 guns got a hit. 3 destroyed ships, 77,000 damage. I'm spotted by somebody that has to be that last battleship. And we are going to come around here and go right at the Derfflinger. We are obviously going to win the match, so now I'm doing this just for the highlight video to see if I can get the 4th destroyed ship. The best thing would be if I could get another torpedo destruction here and get some more torpedo action on this guy, but he is 11 kilometers away. Torpedoes have like a 6-kilometer range, so yeah, the intercept is 7.8 kilometers right there. We are too far away. So yeah, we're going to hit him with our main guns. We're going to go broadside a little bit to get the rear guns on him. And now he is going more broadside to us. So there was a hit, not much damage and incapacitation. Now we are in range though. So yeah, 4 torpedoes per side, so I could come over here and take some torpedo shots at them. And there you can see the turning torpedoes squiggling right there. That is awesome. Still haven't figured out if I can control them or not, but there you can see the torpedoes turning, and we get a Confederate medal there. So we have been hitting quite a great number of ships in order to be able to get that Confederate medal. So that is a pretty good standard to be able to get a Confederate medal. Means that you've spread the damage among the red team. So now we're hitting the speed boost to close in a little bit. And here this Dallas is kind of in the way of my torpedoes is what I'm afraid of. So now I have to hold off there. You can see he looks like he took the main brunt of all my main guns here. So now I got to wait until these torpedoes clear. And all 4 torpedoes are going to go at this guy. And it looks like he is going to be nailed with another torpedo salvo. So another torpedo hit was all that did it for him. And that was the 4th destroyed ship of the match. So yeah, the Renown, big time damage error from the torpedoes and the main guns. 202,000 credits, over 100,000 battle performance total damage on 30 main gun hits, 5 torpedo hits, 4 destroyed ships, 3 floodings, a couple Citadel hits, a Confederate medal. That was a pretty good match because that Confederate medal, you do have to spread the damage out over the many ships on the red team in order to get the Confederate. Let's see how we did on the team result. All right, first place overall, 1976 XP on 4 destroyed ships and almost 2,000 XP. That's a pretty good showing. On the economy tab here, 167,000 credits by the time it was all said and done. And that is it for the Renown. Pretty good battle cruiser. I think if you play it right, if you go out in the open water, especially get targeted by a bunch of battleships, you are not really going to last very long. But as you can see, the torpedoes are definitely effective if you get in the right circumstance, and the main guns are no slouch either. So yeah, if nothing else, you got to see a little bit about the ship. Let me know what you think down below. This is the Jaguar, and I'll see you on the high seas. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe if you like it.